Welcome back to CIA Declassified, and welcome to an extended, in-depth analysis of one of the most persistent and well-documented UAP phenomenon in North America, the Candelaria Lights. For decades, observers in the remote border region near Texas have witnessed strange luminous objects performing complex silent maneuvers over the mountain range, often visible from the small isolated town of Candelaria. These are not star satellites, ground fire, or headlights. These are complex airborne manifestations that defy conventional explanation. Today we are visiting and expanding upon our initial analysis, focusing on the newly contextualized documentation contained within the CIA's RDP 97 file series, specifically document RDP 97004 38R0005001 30005-9. This document details the operational framework of Project RIO Sentinel, a joint effort between the U.S. Air Force, Border Patrol Surveillance, and the CIA's Technical Services Division. RIO Sentinel was not about collecting folk stories, it was about real-time threat assessment along a sensitive international border. The primary strategic objective was to determine if the lights represented 1. Non-conventional adversarial reconnaissance, was a foreign power, likely Soviet or later Cuban, Mexican, linked intelligence deploying advanced silent platforms for mapping or surveillance along the U.S. border. 2. Unidentified natural phenomenon. Was there a unique atmospheric or geological condition in the mountains capable of generating luminous mobile plasma events? And 3. Truly unidentified aerial phenomenon, the dreaded third option. Objects exhibiting performance characteristics beyond any known human-made technology. The core value of the RDP 97 file lies in the compiled telemetry data recorded by specialized Air Force tracking stations deployed under RIO Sentinel. This data explicitly counters the common public explanation. Non-ballistic flight paths. The logs frequently record rapid right-angle turns and instantaneous direction reversals, maneuvers impossible for conventional aircraft due to the extreme G-forces required. The documents use the phrase non-inertial movement signatures. Silent velocity. The lights were repeatedly logged traveling at speeds that should have generated massive sonic signatures, yet multiple ground-level acoustic sensors recorded complete silence. This suggested propulsion methods entirely divorced from jet engines or propellers. And lastly, coordinated behavior. Perhaps the most compelling data point is the pattern of group synchronization. Reports detail multiple lights moving independently before suddenly and instantaneously forming geometric patterns like triangles and fixed lines and maintaining that formation at high speed. This suggested intelligent real-time command and control. A quote from the RIO Sentinel Technical Assessment Summary from the 1980. A minimum of 4 separate log entries detail multi-light simultaneous 90-degree vector changes without discernible deceleration or acceleration phases. This kinematic profile excludes all conventional and experimental platforms currently known to U.S. NATO command, end quote. And another quote from a CIA internal report on aerial assets, quote, the reoccurring luminous phenomenon appear to be capable of maintaining synchronized formation flights at speeds estimated to exceed Mach 3 at altitudes of 8,000 feet, which requires an energy source and atmospheric protection system not present in any currently developed or projected technology, end quote. The files reveal that RIO Sentinel concluded internally that whatever was generating the Candelaria lights was operating outside the known limits of the aerospace state-of-the-art, creating a severe intelligence gap. Why did the CIA and Air Force take these lights so seriously that they initiated a multi-year classified project? The location is everything. The Texas-Mexico border is a crucial axis for intelligence monitoring, drug intersection, and troop movement. The RIO Sentinel assessment determined that any platform capable of such advanced silent operation represented the highest possible threat level for potential border infiltration and sensitive asset reconnaissance. Vulnerability assessment. The project files include a vulnerability assessment focused on potential deployment zones. If an adversary could fly silent, invisible platforms in this remote region, they could easily breach sensitive airspace or monitor ground facilities without risk of interception. The plasma theory. A significant portion of the file is dedicated to the plasma or atmospheric phenomenon theory. While the lights did exhibit characteristics consistent with ionized gases, the luminescence, the crucial factor that forced the RIO Sentinel team to discard this theory was the intelligent movement. Ionized gas or tectonic light phenomenon cannot execute a 90-degree turn or form a perfect geometric formation on command. Conclusion of RIO Sentinel. The project officially concluded that the Candelaria Lights were not an adversarial platform, but they could not classify them as a natural phenomenon either. The final disposition was to classify them as an, quote, unaccounted for atmospheric anomaly with apparent intentional movement, end quote, effectively kicking the can down the road but cementing their status as unexplained high-priority variables. The RDP-97 file shows the intelligence community knows exactly what it isn't, but not what it is. The extended episode reveals the true scale of the government effort to track these phenomena, highlighting the fact that these remote lights, dismissed by many as superstition, were viewed by the intelligence apparatus as a critical, unneutralized variable. We conclude our extended analysis of Project RIO Sentinel and the persistent mystery of the Candelaria Lights. The RDP-97 documents confirm that the U.S. intelligence community has been seriously and covertly tracking objects exhibiting non-conventional flight dynamics for decades. If this documented truth has opened your mind and reinforced your determination to understand the world as it truly operates, we rely on your support. First, like this episode and leave us a detailed 5-star review wherever you listen. This is how the analysis exposes the deeper strategic agendas. Second, share this extended episode with anyone who believes the UAP phenomenon is limited to only recent sightings. The files prove the government's sustained decades-long interest. Now, a programming note for our listeners. We are moving our focus from the high desert to the humid forested hills of West Virginia and into a bizarre piece of post-crash documentation. Our next episode, we will analyze the documents leaked to Project Echo 52, an early 1960s internal CIA designation tied to an alleged retrieval and intelligence debriefing concerning a peculiar incident involving a towering, non-human entity and an alleged UAP crash. We will dissect the analysis within document CIA RDP 79 001 08R 000-500-130005-9, a file concerning the intelligence community's assessment of the Flatwoods Monster incident. What classified internal findings were recorded regarding the description of the entity, the 7-foot creature with glowing eyes? Did the investigation uncover physical evidence of a downed craft in the area? And why was this event, often relegated to small-town folklore, given a dedicated internal project designation, Echo 52, complete with a threat assessment memo? Tune in for our next episode, CIA Declassified, Project Echo 52, the Flatwoods Monster and the UAP crash. Until then, remember, maintain your vigilance, question the light you see, and keep your critical thinking sharp. I'll see you in the archives.